We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what? I just realized we're on camera.
We're on camera?
And I just did something very dumb.
Did you go?
Yeah.
What? Nothing wrong with that. Are we going to restart then?
Oh.
Okay.
We will leave it for the fans.
Well, we do got to get the sound into the mic. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to, well, a long-awaited podcast. It's been certainly quite some time, if you forgore. I'm one of your hosts, Jacob, and this is my co-host, Sitting Shut.
Brother, what are you doing?
I was just trying to mimic a popular intro to a podcast I enjoy.
Well, I do love that one.
This is Harrison.
Meow. Anywho.
Any-whomst.
Sorry, I've really gotten into meowing recently.
We both have. It's unhealthy.
Don't we all? Well.
So,
how's it going?
It's going. Woo! That's rich.
That's a good one.
Isn't it? Oh, it's going.
Yeah, speaking of which, I've heard some good dad jokes recently.
Oh, go ahead and give it.
All right, well, here's one of them.
All right.
What's brown and sticky?
I don't get crude on this podcast.
Oh, no, it's a brown stick.
Oh! Woo! That's rich.
It's a good one. Tell you what. Well, what have you been up to recently?
We could go into what we've been up to, you know, both of us, as we've taken quite the hiatus. Sorry, I'm trying to take off this label.
When was the last time you recorded one?
Dude, it was like October, wasn't it?
Dude, like, whoa, dude.
Oh, dude, it's been like forever.
Oh, gosh, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's been some time. We had a bit of a thing that happened that caused us to go into this hiatus, and then we both decided...
Well, at least the beginning of the hiatus.
Yeah, we both decided...
Our last podcast was October 24th.
Nice. Well, thank you all you dedicated fans who are sticking with us and listen to those old episodes. But yeah, we're back. We got this camera, as you can see. So you can see. Well,
you can't see the camera, but I'm currently looking at the screen of us recording ourselves. Wow, Pog.
And I am looking at this car battery.
Well, you know how it is when in Rome. Got some new jokes too. The newer the jokes we make,
that's the
higher our mental.
All right. So
one thing we've started recently, we actually probably started like, when was that? After, I don't know if it was after our break that we started, but we started working out.
No, we talked about it on the podcast. Remember getting yoked? That title.
That's true.
But we definitely started taking it more seriously as of recent, I'd say. Getting more contractions in the muscles.
Yeah, no, I'd agree.
That's rich.
No, we've just, we've been doing that, and you could say we're gym bros now.
Yes, we've been busy with that. And also, we wanted to follow through with our promise to bring you guys camera for the next episode, so that's probably sort of one of the reasons why it's taken so long.
We'll just say it is. That's rich.
Oh, yeah. That is rich.
Kind of looked like a monkey first.
Monkey? I like monkeys.
Monkey.
Yeah.
We actually have a listener, a long-time listener. Her last name is Monkey.
Oh, yes. Actually, two of them. Sisters, right?
That's true.
The monkeys?
The monkeys?
Yeah.
Let's just say they happen to Be our boss as well. How about them apples?
Them apples.
Yeah! No, I agree. This is going very well so far.
Well, it's been a while, so you gotta get back into the swing of things.
Tell you how it is.
So, what have we been doing in the meantime, as well as the gym?
Nothing. Well, Of course, we fed the eels. We care a lot about the environment, but you know how it is.
No, it's without a doubt.
What did you do today?
Well, I read. We had a Bible study. Oh.
Yeah. We also, I don't point out, we may or may not have gotten some tattoos. I know you're going to cover that, but I'm talking about the new tattoos.
Yeah, we may not.
In the special location.
We may didn't do that.
I guess you just don't remember the appointment.
I don't know where it is then.
I can show you.
No, it's good. It's okay. Very good. Apologies. We're getting right back into it.
Here. Coronavirus.
That's still a thing. Cringe.
Yeah, basically, at this point, what do you even call it? The
mandate.
No.
Vaccine.
The word isn't variation. I don't know why I can't think of the word.
Variant.
The new variant is basically just the common cold.
Yeah, we should share
Isn't
experiences with that.
Yeah, I almost died. I couldn't hold it in. It was too funny. Oh, you goober.
Shout out Gary, one of our avid listeners.
He enjoys me very much.
Okay. So, yeah, the Omnicorp, so to speak, was a blast.
The Oscorp variant? Speak! Just kidding. We'll get to that in a second.
A little teaser, a little foreshadowing.
Stick around.
That's rich. So yeah, the Omicron. I think I had it for like a day, at most.
I had it for 2 days, and I missed work, and then I went back to work, and everybody was like freaking out, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
That's how
I am very sick, and I am at work.
Yes. OSHA.
Me going against the CDC guidelines.
Me, an empath, suspecting that the government might not approve of my going to work sick. Anyway, yeah, I just had some medicine. I won't go into what that is. And then, since this is probably going to go on YouTube.
Oh, true. Frick, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I just had some medicine. Nice. Yeah.
Of course, it was. It's all.
It's approved by.
And by the way, when I said that it's the common cold or whatever, I was talking about like someone else said that. Like that's obviously not our personal opinion.
Right. Right.
I'm just quoting someone else.
Right.
So.
Yeah, though. Got over in a day. Loaded up on vitamin D. That's all you can do, really.
But it wasn't for the sickness, right? It wasn't to treat the sickness. It was just because you wanted some vitamin D.
Oh, yeah. Because we're not doctors, so
no, we don't know.
We don't tell you what to do, and we can't.
Don't listen to our advice.
We can't give medical advice because we're not doctors.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Oh no, they're gonna see the screen recording thing now. Oh well, high quality around here.
What did it say?
Well, when I do that, it pops up.
Oh, well, they can see our gain. They can see our gains, too.
No.
Check out these forearms.
No.
Jeez.
No.
So,
yeah, that was, thank the Lord we got through it.
So true. Shout out God.
Wow. That's good.
For real, though. No cap.
Hey, no cap. So, yeah, that happened, which I'm pretty sure that's happening with everyone now. I think everyone is just getting the Omni variant.
Yes. Passes very fast. Many people that we know have had it. So if you get it, I can't tell you what to do, because
you gotta listen to the doctors.
Trust the science. I am the science, by the way.
But not you personally, you're just quoting someone, right?
No.
Oh, well. Hopefully this doesn't get taken off YouTube.
Yeah.
We do have a huge channel on YouTube, so...
Yeah, one thing I will say that helped, though, is getting to the gym. Because...
True.
Gets your immune system back
in
up.
Shape.
Helps your body fight off them viruses.
Yeah. Speaking from personal experience, I used to be kind of a bozo, and I was... Sound.
That was scary.
I was kind of a bozo, and I was overweight in some ways. So now that I'm losing weight and gaining muscle, it's much better. I feel much healthier and just a lot better. And, I can't tell you if you want to work out, if you don't want to work out, I can't convince you to, but I would highly recommend everyone, at least do some form of working out,
Yes.
At least once or twice a week.
Something to get your heart rate up.
Yes.
Don't let it be low.
Because it does be releasing those endorphins.
Yes, that was correct.
Oh, well.
Use the right term.
I'm not a scientist, so I wouldn't know.
Speaking of working out, I think we should... Well, that'd be kind of... I'm just going to go for it and see what you think. We could skip over it and edit it out, but what do you think about talking about pre-workout and its many effects on our body?
And on my sister's body.
Oh, yes.
I'll just share that story real quick first.
You can go on.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
Don't you fret.
It's staying in the podcast. We're going with it.
Well, so today, my sister, I'll say her name for legal reasons. Okay. Well, I was about to go to the gym. She got home. She's like, yo, can I go with you? Yeah, I was more like, oh my gosh, wait for me. And I was like, okay, whatever. Women these days.
That's rich.
They like to joke on occasion.
All right.
So basically, she got home. She asked if we should go to the gym. I was like, whatever, I don't care. And she basically asked for some pre-workout, which I have. And this specific pre-workout had 250 milligrams of caffeine in it. So
per scoop, right?
Yeah, per scoop. So it really gets that,
It gets you jittery.
Yeah, it gets more like this.
And itchy, which she...
Yeah, so she got in the car and she's like started freaking out because she was itching super bad. And she probably had too much, frankly. Of course.
Probably.
Of course. I don't really care. She asked for it, so... But I was like, look, I don't know what to tell you, bozo. Can't handle 250 milligrams? Not my problem.
Sad. Many such cases.
But anyway, I would say, are you going to talk about what your favorite pre-workouts are?
Yeah, we could, I was thinking of recommending a few if people want to try them out.
Yes.
Not like we're endorsed, but...
Yeah, just real quick, mine has to be actually the GNC brand. I think it's Lit and Lit AF. They actually like, at least for me, they work really well. That's the ones I've used. I tried another one, but it tasted like
the buns,
like sour rotten lemon. So that was awful. I probably won't name the brand just in case we get endorsed by them at some point.
So true.
But
I don't think it's gonna happen. But
probably not. But yeah, I'd say the GNC Lit and Lit AF, like their flavors actually are very good. Like you won't gag when you drink it.
True.
So those are the ones I like. Except Icy Firework. Don't try Icy Firework. It's garbage. No offense, GNC.
It's mid. I've had a scoop.
The Jolly Ranch flavors of...
It also depends on your taste. Like, a lot of these pre-workouts taste pretty accurate to what they say they taste like. Like, for the most part. Except that one that you had, which did not.
Yeah, it was advertised as blue lemonade, and it tastes like a sour lemon. Like, sour as in bad. Like, it went bad.
Yeah,
it was disgusting.
It tasted like that. But, yeah, I've done C4. I've done like 3 flavors of C4 because I was a workout noob and I didn't know there was better kinds. Like a cherry limeade, which I can't taste anymore. I can't eat it anymore because I like
had it too much.
Trigger warning. This is kind of gross. Just kidding. We don't do trigger warnings here.
I will receive the grossness.
I got a little sicky in my stomach because of that flavor, and it made me feel very weird after doing cardio. So I don't recommend C4, frankly.
Maybe at least I kind of started feeling gross about it too after I had it over and over again. At first it wasn't bad.
Flavor getting old. I don't know. But yeah, had that, and then I tried Total War because one of my friends recommended it to me, and it was like a pineapple kind. That was good at first, and then it got old, and I was like, which I guess that's every flavor kind of. You're just like, oh, drink this every morning. Get old in stomach. And then the one that I'm on right now is Ghost Welch's Grape Pre-Workout, which I really like. It tastes pretty much like grape juice, so I'm sticking with that so far. But yeah.
So it does taste good then?
I like it. Like at first,
does it actually taste like the?
It tastes pretty much like it. It's kind of like the synthetic grape flavor that you kind of taste in like grape Laffy Taffy. But
it's not bad though.
Yeah, it's okay. It gets the job done.
As they say.
As they do say. And also, it you can dose it pretty easily because half a scoop is half a serving. So 1 scoop is half a serving, so 2 scoops is 1 serving. So if you're feeling kind of already awake and you don't need the caffeine, then you just use 1 scoop and you save your mix. Nope, not that. Kidneys, though.
Yeah, but especially just if you don't drink a lot of caffeine every day. Like if you drink caffeine every day but a small amount, less than 250, definitely do not start at a full scoop because that will, as we found out with my sister,
it was very funny.
Very cringe and funny. Guys, stop! It itches! Guys!
Yeah.
My gosh, this hurts so bad.
It does kind of hurt the first time you tried, but I don't like.
I actually felt pretty fine the first time I tried it. I was expecting the itch, but didn't receive.
Yeah. So if you want to give those a try, you might like them. You might also go to the gym because some of y'all listeners out there probably not in the best shape, frankly, as we were not. But
and you know, personally, I agree with. I agree with Steven Crowder because he says, you know, like on his show and everything, he doesn't personally attack fat people just for being fat. He sees a problem when like someone like famous people who
it's healthy
are fat are like, yeah, I'm healthy and beautiful. It's like, no. Like I was not beautiful. I'm still not, but I was especially not beautiful when I was fat and way out of shape. So
true.
I still got sort of that little belly there. So
well, good thing it's summer cardio time.
True. Except I probably need to do more cardio.
True.
Yep. So, for I like to call it post-workout personally. Just kidding. Protein mix.
Oh, yeah.
The flavor that I've easily liked the most, the brand was, what is it called?
Podium.
Podium protein is very delicious.
Yes.
I mean, just like everything else, it gets old eventually, but it's still pretty good. And it's yeah, I don't know. If you like coffee flavor, they have a coffee ice cream flavor.
Yes.
It's really good.
And I've had that kind, and what is it? Maple pancake, which is very good. It was a lot better than the coffee flavor, in my opinion. But yeah, it has a lot of enzymes and stuff to help you digest it itself when you drink it, so it's not like just sitting in your stomach. So it's really good for you. Give your stomach the things it needs.
And Ghost has a lot of good things, but I don't like their protein mixes really because they're super thick. And the Podium is like actually pretty smooth.
True. It mixes pretty easily because it's very fine.
Yeah. And then what's the brand where they sell the Fruity Pebbles?
That is ISO 100 or 1000. I can't remember what it's called, but very good as well.
Yeah, the taste. If you ever get that brand, I haven't tried it, but I've heard that Cocoa Pebbles is good and the Fruity Pebbles is really good too. I'll probably end up getting that again, but
True.
Yeah, those are some good proteins to try as well.
True. And if you want to go the extra mile and you don't eat enough vegetables, like me, in my diet, I do not have any vegetables because I think they're sinful.
That's very true.
As there's a verse in Proverbs, if you can shout out that verse in the comments section, I'll give you I won't give you anything.
A vegetal.
Talks about how the weak man eats vegetables, but the strong man eats meat, I think. So...
Are you sure that's in there before
I'm pretty sure that's kind of what it is. It might be kind
We won't say for sure, but we think
I
it
might be doing
be.
the old Michael Todd quoting out of context.
Speaking of
which, yes.
Okay, so this happened a couple weeks ago.
That was a good transition.
Yeah, there you
but
go.
I didn't even talk about what I was going to talk about.
Oh, well then...
Quickly, I have greens from Ghost, and it's pretty much all of your green vegetables stuff in a drink. It tastes disgusting. It's awful. Like, I want to puke every time I drink it. But once you get it into your belly, it makes things smooth out, if you know what I mean.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Anyway, so...
Okay, yeah, back to Michael Todd.
I mean, this happened a few weeks ago, but you probably know the story better than I do, so...
Yeah. So you want me to explain it roughly?
By the way, Michael Todd, he's like a Stephen Furtick type, and if you know anything about Stephen Furtick, he's like a... he's...
like an inspirational type
Yeah,
creature.
So he's not...
halfway to
So he's
prosperity.
kind of a mix of Joel Osteen and someone else. I don't know who I could say who else he'd be a mix of.
He's like halfway to
That
prosperity
people wouldn't
gospel, kind of like a
Yeah, but definitely he's
happy and healthy type of gospel
yeah,
preacher.
Yeah, it's like a type of preaching where it's just all about encouragement and you know and it's like, you know, people could say, oh well, they don't talk about sin. They do technically talk about sin, but they talk about it in a way where they don't make it seem like a big deal, where oh, God is forgiving anyway, so he doesn't really care. That kind of thing. Not saying they've said that exact quote, but anyway.
Yeah, so
stay away from Stephen Furtick as well, and Michael Todd.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, Michael Todd, he's this pastor from
Georgia, I think?
Tulsa, I think.
Oh, it's Tulsa, Oklahoma?
I think that's what they said when I was watching Wretched Radio.
Wretched
video about it, but
Todd Friel moment.
He pretty much was doing this illustration on the story in the Bible where Jesus makes a blind man see by putting mud that had made from his spit into a blind man's eyes, and it made him see. So Michael Todd thought it was a great idea to do this himself. No mud though, just spit. So he's on the stage talking about how God wants you to live your crazy faith-trusting life, and he has his hand out like this. You guys on camera can see it. And then he's like, mid-sentence, he just goes... I didn't actually spit, by the way, but just thought I'd give that disclaimer. Spits into his hand, keeps talking, whatever, keeps talking about how God wants you to see or something. And then he has his brother standing next to him on the stage, or people think it's his brother. That's what it's pretty much everyone has come to the conclusion of. And he keeps talking, goes even deeper back into the throat with a... Does it again.
Gross.
Big loogie, frankly.
No!
I'm very impressed. It's like... Yeah, someone... I forget who I was watching. It might have been Crowder. But he was like... It's like when you as a kid... Some of you guys probably relate to this. You would try to spit as far as you can, so you reach to the back of your throat and... Big loogie. Spit that into his hand as well. And he's like... Sometimes God just wants you to see, or something. I don't know the words he said. But then he goes to his brother and he's like rubbing it in his face, rubbing it over his eyes. Loogie, it's disgusting to even talk about.
Like, literally just snot. It's probably gonna make some of you guys gag,
Mucus,
but like dripping down.
Yeah, it's disgusting. His brother's face, yeah. And
he was healed.
he did come out.
There was no healing.
He did come out and do an apology video for the shocking factor of it. Like, that maybe wasn't the best way to do it, but
Really?
not only that, but he didn't use any scripture, in my opinion, to like actually defend anything he was saying. Like, what he was talking about was just super, like, you gotta step out big in faith, when God says you gotta sell your car, you gotta do it, and all this stuff. And it's like, you're not only disgusting people in the audience, but you're probably disgusting God with how you're preaching his words to his people, or some of his people, perhaps. So, it's very gross. He should probably change that about his sermons. And many people have said that before, like, if he repents and understands why. But, yeah, very disgusting.
Can't say I wouldn't like it.
Oh, it would be very fun.
Slap it on me.
That's so gross.
No. I don't think you understand.
If
Go ahead and slap it on me, Todd.
$5 in the Venmo, we'll recreate it on this podcast.
Or 5 cents. Yeah, we like to do things for our fans.
And I would be the one spitting.
No. And I would be happy to receive.
Okay, good. Perfect. Yeah.
Personally, I thought that was a normal thing before he did that.
And then people said it was gross, and I was like, oh, but they have a point.
I didn't think about it that way ever, but now that they mention it.
So, yeah, that happened.
So, point being, don't listen to Michael Todd, don't listen to Stephen Furtick. Listen to someone like John MacArthur or John Piper, and I'm just, like, I have opinions on other preachers I like, but I'm naming, like, the moderate ones.
Faithful Bible preachers.
Yes.
That preach from God's Word and don't use disgusting shock sermons to drag in views, which is what...
Or don't try and preach a encouraging or, like, a inspiring message or anything. They just preach the Word of God and, say what it says, and then God will teach people what he wants to teach them. And
speaking of which... Oh, go ahead. What are you saying?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, speaking of which, a good example of a shocking sermon that isn't, shock factor, but it's more like conviction and also encouraging at the same time, is Shocking Sermon by Paul Washer. I recently listened to that again. It was very good. Highly recommend it. But, yeah. That was just a side note.
So true. I'm personally more of an Osteen guy myself, but can't blame you.
Okay.
I don't see anything wrong with his teaching.
Speaking of Osteen, how about that new Spider-Man movie?
Well, speaking of Osteen,
Wow.
how about them apples? So I combined a joke with another joke.
I don't think it was a joke.
Well, we mixed them together and we came up with that occurrence.
That is so true.
Anywho. Yes, for those of you that haven't seen Spider-Man, spoilers ahead.
Yes, if you do not want this, if you have not seen it and you don't want it to be spoiled, you should probably just not listen to the rest of this.
Well, you should probably listen to it.
You should, but...
Later on after you see the movie.
Yes.
So basically, what was your favorite part of the new Spooderman?
Oh, there was a lot of favorite parts, personally.
Because, personally, you know, being a millennial and such. Just kidding, I'm not one.
You're a Zoomer.
I'm the head of Zoomers. But, I'd say it was pretty good nostalgia.
Good nostalgia. Yes. What was your favorite part?
I really like when he said,
Uh-huh.
well, when he was like, show me Peter Parker, and then Thanos came through.
That was really good. And Thanos is like, I'm back.
And
Pretty
he's
much
like,
repeated Infinity War and
Yeah.
Endgame all over again.
because the timeline, you know.
Okay. Yeah,
See,
my
I'm not
favorite-
really a comic book nerd.
Oh.
But I like when people, I think it's really funny when people, you know, just watch all the Marvel movies, like, you know, the general population of the world, and you know, and then they're like,
They talk about the
And then they're
theories
like-
of it.
oh yeah, I know a lot about this stuff, because they've just watched it a million times, and I'm like, bozo.
Yeah.
I watch pretty much all the Marvel stuff too, and I like to rewatch it, but I don't claim to be like, I'm your resource
I'm your
for all
go-to
things
guy.
comics.
Your Marvel...
Plus, you're just a nerd. You like comic books, so.
Wow.
Sorry, it's the truth.
That's debatable. Yeah, my favorite part, though, was with William Dafoe. He's a very good actor.
William DeFriend?
Nope. Dafoe.
No, he is DeFriend.
Nope, Dafoe.
He is DeFriend.
He's pretty drippy, frankly.
Drip Defoe. I love him.
He's a good actor as well.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, all the old people who are very old now.
Like your mom.
Woo.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was a great joke. I like to dabble in your mom jokes.
Okay. Anyway, I'm about to do a Michael Todd thing on you.
Bring it on. I prepare for these things.
Oh.
But I would say my favorite part, in all honesty, was probably when
Okay.
you know who? Well, I don't know what my favorite part was. I don't know. Everyone says my favorite part, that their favorite part was, you know, I'm somewhat of a scientist myself.
It's a good part.
It's good, but it's everyone's favorite part, so I'm not going to make it my favorite part.
Oh. You're
I
like
like-
go against the flow type of guy.
I know, I think one person who had really bad acting that movie, just like almost tried too hard, was, I don't know what his actual name is, but Sandman.
Yeah.
Like the, I don't know, when you can just, I don't know how to describe it, but
He was overacting.
almost, where he was almost trying too hard, like when he comes up and blocks the electric guy or whatever, And he's like, Peter! Just sounds so cringe. He's like, wait, you're not Peter? Oh, wow. I am very surprised right now.
What's happening?
Wow, I am not acting. I am so serious.
You're not Peter. Ha! Ta!
Yeah, that's right. I'm not Peter.
Okay.
Guitar.
Ooh. Yeah, I like the part where they pop each other's backs. He's like, my back!
That really, I like the deeper meaning that shows because it really does show what the homies will do for each other.
Yeah.
Come here, homie.
I'm good. My back doesn't hurt.
Well, I just got a text.
Great. Yeah, you better read it. Go ahead and read it.
Well,
no, don't do that.
It's from my sister. She's very cringe.
Bozo. Alright.
But, no, for anyone that hasn't watched that movie yet, it's a pretty good movie. I would say, though, if you watched the
post credits.
If you haven't watched the different types of Spider-Mans or the different, if you haven't watched the one with Andrew Garfield or Bully Maguire.
Yeah.
He is a bully, and I love it.
Based.
When he's like, when they come into the airport and he's like,
you'll have to go over to the video platform in order to see what facial expressions he made.
And he gets very upset. And it's very...
Get out of the way! There are cars there!
I'm gonna hit you!
Yeah, then he says some questionable words for a Spider-Man fellow himself, but...
Hey, he's not your friendly neighborhood anymore.
He's got bigger and better things to do, like drive his car into a crowd of paparazzi.
Honestly, people get mad at him for that, but pretty much, I think if everybody else was in the same situation, probably the only reason Tom Holland doesn't get mad at paparazzi and stuff. Yeah, he's British and he's a young new actor.
And he's dating Zendaya,
who cheated on him. I don't know for sure.
That didn't happen.
I like to read TMZ a lot.
Interesting.
You know the gossip website?
Of course.
Well, I got to keep up with my celebrities.
No, you don't.
Speaking of magazines are cringe, like People magazine.
Oh, I want to tell about that. So, some of you know. What?
I just knew what you were thinking of.
Some of you know, this is not a super laughing matter, but Betty White died. And, as did Bob Saget, which, rip, good comedian. But Betty White died, and People magazine put out a magazine that said, Betty White turns 100. And they sent it out, the day before she died to all these places.
Because I think she was about to turn 100.
Yeah, she was it was 2 days before she turned 100, she died. It's not old, super laughing matter, but, I mean...
It's kind of funny.
It's kind of ironic, but, yeah, she was older than sliced bread.
Hey, you want to hear a good transition?
Yeah.
It's not really a transition, more a correlation.
Alright.
You really know who could have done a better job at that magazine and, would have waited till the right time? J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Spider-Man!
Spider-Man! Bring me pictures of Spider-Man! He's quite the goober.
Yeah, he's like that Alex Jones type.
Which, based. But...
Sorry, we're just looking at a stupid Snapchat. You know who you are. Wait, I'm gonna tell them we're recording currently. She's a fan.
Nice. You just told her Snapchat was stupid, and then she's gonna watch it and be like, oh,
guys.
Don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, that was probably my favorite part about the new Spider-Man is J. Jonah Jameson. I know he was in the last one too, technically.
Yeah, the one with Mysterio.
But still, he was actually, I'd say he's pretty funny in the movie, especially because there's a lot of memes about him now where he's like...
You serious?
You serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great meme. The Jane Joan Jameson laugh, huh?
It was that meme I saw, and it was about like, well, it's because my barber or something, and then he's bald, and then Spider-Man movie. I was like, yeah, good meme.
Yeah, but it's just kind of. I wonder honestly if the producers like almost went for a type of like Alex Jones set for Jane Joan Jameson set because
it looks
like pretty dang close, and it's like, and then it pans out, you know, and it's like
all these
the houses
connections.
Yeah,
yeah. But then did you see?
Because Alex Jones, I mean, he does great work on the freaking frogs, gay, turning the freaking frogs.
ResetWars.com. They're turning the freaking frogs gay. Okay.
I'm gonna be honest.
There were a bohemian grove. There's a ritual where I sacrifice. Oh, yeah, just check it out yourself.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna
special.
Silly.
Yeah.
You used a different word. Not on my Christian podcast.
No. Speaking of Christian podcast, how does the plot of Spider-Man tie into the gospel message?
Well, you know, I really do think that, as you know,
oh, I have a good one.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Cucumber?
Benedict Cucumber.
Benedict.
I've never had the meal. I've had eggs Benedict.
Eggs?
I've had eggs Benedict, but I've never had cucumber Benedict.
That's kind of gross.
But so kind of a weird name to choose.
So I went and watched Spider-Man No Way Home, and I was thinking, sometimes when you're in that place in life when you've got no way home, you feel like you got nowhere to go.
No hope, so to speak.
You felt like Spider-Man at the top of the world, and then your aunt died.
Not your like
Just know
no,
that-
not like your family like aunt, like your aunt, your pet aunt.
No, your aunt.
No,
Your relative,
your pet
aunt.
When your
Anyway.
pet aunt dies, very sad day. I don't know. I think that would have added to the movie though, if they would have just made like his pet aunt die or something. It's like no, my aunt died, and then it pans over and Aunt May's alive, and he's like, "Go
Aunt is
away, I
dead.
don't want to see you." And then he's mourning.
He's
He's
wait,
mourning.
she's
Which, you know, I mean, could tie to like
anyway, back into my
to the
sermon.
Ant-Man movies and theme. That's really cool.
Dude, totally. That's deep.
Have you seen Shang-Chi?
I have seen Shang-Chi.
Well, anyway, you were saying, let's tie this back into the gospel. Emotional damage.
You might get that reference if you're a
True memer.
true memer.
Mike, we know you're
Speaking of
listening.
memers, yeah, hit that like button if you want Memer Mike to come back on the
Yes,
podcast.
actually, so this will be the first time on YouTube, well, that we have video on YouTube. So if you can, please go to YouTube. It would probably help us actually more if you listen on YouTube. And if you watch through the whole thing, because we'll just, we would do better that way.
Yes.
So
It helps the analytics and like boosting our...
yeah, we should. You know what we should do?
No.
No, I won't mention it. Because then one of our listeners, who happens to be our boss, will get very mad at us,
That is very true.
and I will not care.
We do not
No,
care.
but watch it on YouTube, and then so now that it'll be on YouTube, you can comment, and then
Give us some feedback.
yes, comment and tell us, would you like on episode 2, if it's possible, we'll see if we can get them, but to the best of our ability, at least this season, would you like to see Memer Mike back? I can't remember
Third year.
Yeah, I can't remember what episode he was
I think
in.
that was our 5th or 4th. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was one of our better episodes. You guys seem to like that one more. But
He's a very funny guy.
got some memes for certain.
That's why they call him Memer Mike around here. Anyway, back to my Ant-Man proposal. So, it turns out that, you know, Spider-Man... So, let's just say... Okay. So, you know, it's the scene where everything, the tower, the building You know, he breaks through the floor, and then they're on the bottom floor. The police show up, and then his Aunt May gets hit.
Aunt.
Okay, whatever. His Aunt May gets hit. I'm trying to do it so I can explain the difference between. You'll see. So his Aunt May gets hit, and then, you know, obviously she, spoilers, if you haven't heard them already, dies later on. And then basically, in the meantime, Peter Parker's, Spider-Man's little case that has his pet ant in it comes tumbling down too, and his pet ant actually gets crumbled by a rock.
And it's actually
dies.
Paul Rudd.
Yeah, it's Paul Rudd as an Ant-Man.
As an ant. But he's a man inside of an ant, trapped in an ant.
Yeah, and so basically, what happens is Spider-Man goes over to the ant, his pet ant, instead, and is mourning over that instead of his Aunt May that died, because I think that would have been more emotional for...
It would have definitely...
Emotional.
That would have definitely followed the comic book a lot better.
Come on, Marvel, get your act together.
I think this was actually like the first movie, kind of off topic, but of Marvel's that Stan Lee wasn't in. Unless you saw him. I didn't see him.
No, I don't think he was, which is a sad day.
Yeah, they ran out of cameos from him.
I don't care. What are you gonna do?
Ah, so true.
But yeah, so what do you think about my pet ant proposal? I should probably shoot Marvel an email about
Shoot
that.
him a text, since we got him on dial.
We are very famous.
We are, frankly. Speaking of famous, donate to the Base Boys podcast on Venmo.
Venbone.
We're gonna have to set that up better, but maybe put the link in the description, perhaps.
We can also, maybe we'll set up a P.O. box so you can send us money and other gifts.
And we can do unboxings on our channel.
Whoa!
Guys, unboxing fan mail.
Okay, guys, so what is up?
What is up, Base Boys?
Okay,
welcome back.
So basically, what we're gonna do today is open your mail that you sent us.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it, and then it will.
Before we get into it, guys, make sure you leave a like and a thumbs up.
Hit that notification
hit
bell
that
when
bell,
you subscribe.
ring it so hard.
And you have 5 seconds. 5,
4,
3,
2,
1. Okay, you're done. If you didn't do that, you can go ahead and do it anyway.
Yeah. I think
Also,
we made this joke before.
That's because it's so stupid that it's easy to make it a lot.
So true.
Oh, that was the one thing we were talking about the other day that I think would be appropriate to bring up.
The Liberty Bell? Notification?
No. So, cringe YouTubers. Obviously, Jake Paul is still there. He's very cringe. But I think Logan Paul is to the point now, and we've kind of talked about it, but Logan Paul is to the point where he's not super cringe anymore. He's a little bit.
He's off the cringe list.
Yeah, but
The only time he's cringe is when he's around his brother. Won't say his name.
They just feed off of his idiocy.
Yes. But they released. Actually, I should clarify. Logan Paul and KSI. Some of you might know them. They were rivals. They were very angry at each other at one point. Then they boxed each other, and then they became friends.
They are friends.
So they made a drink company called Prime Hydration, I think is what it's called.
We'll try that on the podcast.
We should, if we ever get it.
When we get a hold of some.
Give it a review.
But yeah, it's actually very interesting to see how someone can go from such a sad career as being a children's YouTuber and recording a dead guy in a forest and having to apologize from that to going to boxing Floyd Mayweather.
And having a Gatorade type.
How about that, huh?
How about them apples?
The internet is very cool.
Cursed. Yes. Well, can only do so much.
You know how it is. But yeah, this will be on YouTube. I think we'll wrap it up here.
What are we at?
I mean, pretty much, but we don't really have anything else to talk about.
Yeah,
so I don't want to extend it and make the last 10 minutes cringe. So this is a little bit of a shorter podcast today, but it's our first one back, so we know you're all excited. Again, hit that like button as fast as you can. Smash it.
Leave a comment on what your favorite part of the video was. Maybe we'll shout you out.
So true.
Yeah.
You know what we actually need to do? We'll just put it in so we remember. We should start making Instagram reels.
True.
And posting Instagram reels from like something funny from
little shorts, so you guys can share them with your friends a lot easier than sharing a whole hour-long podcast where they're like, I don't want to watch this.
True.
Get them hooked.
But yes, so if you're listening on Spotify, go to our YouTube. It actually would help us. We're not going to be like, guys, you have to comment or you have to like. But if you do like and comment, just know it will help us, and subscribing as well. And then watching through the whole thing on YouTube will also help us to boost. And then if you're listening on YouTube, just following the podcast on Spotify or Apple or whatever it is will help us as well. If you want to donate, you can. I'm just trying not to get into the like begging.
Yeah.
I don't want to become big off of begging.
Yeah.
I would like to.
The point is, we like to do this, and we like
yes.
to put our time into this.
So if you enjoy it, then that's the best way you can help us. Or if you can give financially too, then that will help us to upgrade studio stuff.
What's that Venmo?
It's Based Boys Podcast.
Is it boys or boy?
It's Based Boys.
Based Boys.
So it's Based Boys Podcast. No
underscores or
underscores
spaces.
or anything.
All lowercase.
Yeah, and we have our Instagram too, which is Based Boys Podcast. If you want to send us a message, tag us, follow
Brand
us
deal.
there. Follow us there, and yeah, we have so many brands coming at us right now saying,
we have to fight them off.
Sponsor you guys.
Nike, Adidas.
I will not receive Nike's sponsorship.
No, but I think Adidas maybe, because then we get to talk to Ye.
Yeah, but I do not support child slavery in China, actually. In fact, I hate it. So I will not receive a sponsorship.
All this podcast up.
Point of this podcast is I will not
support child labor. No.
You know me.
Yes, we are not fans of China.
Well, the China comes. I don't.
All of China.
The shape of it. Imagine not having a nation that's shaped like the United States.
That's
kind of cringe.
And a personal island that's also a state, like
Epstein moment.
No, Hawaii.
Don't watch Squid Games. It is very Epstein-y.
I think we talked about that already.
Anyway, reminder to all of you: don't watch Squid Games. It's dumb. It's a waste of time.
What was I gonna say? Oh yes, on Spotify now you can actually leave a rating, like with stars. So you can leave like a 3-star rating if you didn't think this was that good. We prefer you not do that, but we give it a 5-star rating if you enjoyed it. And also you can put we can put questions on Spotify for you guys to answer like directly from the app. So if you're want to interact with the podcast and hear some of your questions or comments on the podcast, you could put those in there, and we can read them perhaps.
And again, we're not gonna beg or anything. Like, we're not gonna say, just leave a 5-star. Like, if you think it was bad, leave an honest review.
Yes.
But if you want to, you can leave a 5-star review and then comment, or you can message us on Instagram and tell us, hey, this might work better than this, or and leave your opinion.
We're open to constructive criticism, that's for certain.
We'll probably report you.
Speaking of constructive, check out these forearms. Look at them pregnant swans. I'm not going to show that off too much.
I think this is where we end the podcast. So
yes, we've been talking for a while.
Yes, thank you for listening. Outro. Hopefully you enjoyed.
See ya
the podcast
next week. Hopefully.
Yes, we'll see you.